What was have to or it is necessary?
Πρέπει.
Πρέπει. And the past of that?
Έπρεπε.
Έπρεπε. What is I do?
Κάνω.
And the past I did, I was doing?
Έκανα.
Έκανα. So we've seen that sometimes we need to add an now an extra syllable onto the beginning of the verb to be able to pull that accent back into the past. So this sound that we add on to the beginning of verbs to do this, the great majority of the time is an E, but sometimes we add an I with some important and common verbs too. It doesn't happen very often, but it does happen with some quite important verbs. Like I want, for example. What is I want?
Θέλω.
Θέλω. I want it is ήθελα. Ήθελα.
Ήθελα.
Good. So here we are adding an I to get that extra syllable. Ήθελα. They want it.
Θέλανε.
Θέλανε or
Ήθελαν.
ήθελαν. We want it.
Θέλαμε.
Θέλαμε. There we don't add anything, no, because ame has two syllables. Θέλαμε. He wanted, she wanted, even it wanted.
Ήθελα. Ήθελε.
Ήθελε. You wanted?
Ήθελες.
Ήθελες. I would want.
Θα ήθελα.
Θα ήθελα. So I would want, θα ήθελα. You can also use it like I would like. Θα ήθελα. I would like. A kebab in Greek is enas gyros. Enas gyros. Enas gyros.
Ένας γύρος.
And this actually means turn or turning things, something like that. And actually, dona or döner in Turkish also means turn, to turn. So this is, of course, referring to the little machine that turns around to cook the meat, no? So we have enas gyros, a kebab.
Ένας γύρος.
When a kebab is behaving like him, enas acts like ton rather than acting like a noun. It becomes enan. It doesn't lose its S. The S turns into an N. So it looks like ton. No? So if you say, for example, I would like a kebab.
Θα ήθελα έναν γύρο.
Very good. Also for changing gyro. No? So gyros acts like a masculine noun. We drop the S and we get gyro when it's behaving like him. But enas acts like ton. It becomes enan. We had alos for another, or alo, ali. Olos gives us all or every, no? So we have alos and olos. If you say enas gyros apo ola, from all, of all, and we are using the neuter plural there, no? Ola, it means with everything. So, if you ask for a kebab, you will have different salads to put in there and different sauces. If you just say apo ola, it means with everything. So, I would like a kebab with everything.
Θα ήθελα έναν γύρο από όλα.
Very good. Θα ήθελα έναν γύρο από όλα. I know.
Ξέρω.
Ξέρω. I knew is ήξερα.
Ήξερα.
So again, another common verb, know, using I to get an extra syllable. Ήξερα. We knew.
Ξέραμε.
Ξέραμε. Here we don't need it, no, the extra syllable. They knew.
Ξέρανε.
Ξέρανε. Or
Ήξεραν.
ήξεραν. He knew.
Ήξερε.
And did you know?
Ήξερες.
Did you know it?
Το ήξερες.
Good. I wanted to tell you something. So, I wanted to tell you something. How would that be?
Ήθελα να σου πω κάτι.
Very good. Ήθελα να σου πω κάτι. So again, we're not going into the past again after na. No, it's like to tell. And we just then need to decide if we want the open or the closed version of the verb. Ήθελα να σου πω κάτι. I wanted to tell you something. I wanted you to tell me. So like, I wanted to hear it from you. I wanted you to tell me it.
Ήθελα να μου το πεις.
And if you were to use you and be emphatic, I wanted you to tell me it. I wanted to hear it from you.
Ήθελα να μου το πεις εσύ.
Very good. Ήθελα να μου το πεις εσύ. Good. And na mu to pis, you wouldn't separate with esi if you wanted to put it earlier. You can't say na esi mu to pis. Na mu to pis kind of comes all together. So you can say ithela na mu to pis esi or ithela esi na mu to pis. With these short closed versions of one syllable, like po, we will also add an I and I sound to go into the past. Ipa is I said.
Ipa.
We don't get 3 syllables, but we get an extra one at least when we add that I onto po. So Ipa, I said. He said.
Ipe.
You said.
Ipes.
Ipes. What did you say?
Ti ipes.
Tipes. I told you.
Suipa.
Suipa. What did I tell you? What did I tell you?
Ti suipa.
Ti suipa. We said. We told.
Ipame.
Ipame. So even in the we form, no, we still have this I addition because the verb is so short. Ipame. And it's the only time actually we get the accent third from the end, no, where we want it in the past. Ipame. Well, not the only time. We could have, how is they said or they told?
Ipan.
Ipan or ipane. No, we can have either ipan or ipane. So there again, third from the end, ipane. You didn't tell me where you were. So you didn't tell me
Then muipes.
where you were.
Pu isun.
Puisun. Very good. Then muipes puisun. So we have isun for you were, and I was is imun. No, we have like imun and isun looking very similar. So imun, I was. I would be or I was going to be.
Sa imun.
Saimun. I was going to be there, but they told me to stay here. Or I would be there, but they told me to stay here. Both could fit, no, in this context. So the first bit is I would be there, I was going to be there.
Sa imun eki.
Saimun eki. But they told me
Ala muipane.
ala muipane, ala muipan, to stay here.
Na mino edo.
Very good. Saimun eki, or we could also contract that thamun eki. But they told me to stay here. Ala muipan, muipane, na mino edo. But they told me to stay here. What was I see?
Vlepo.
Vlepo. And the closed version of I see?
Do.
Though I saw is ida.
Ida.
So again, we are adding a syllable with this short I sound. We saw.
Idame.
Idame. They saw.
Idan.
Or
Idane.
idane. Idan. Good. He saw.
Ide.
Ide. And you saw.
Ides.
Ides. Which you can also use like an expression of. Like, you know what I mean? Ides. So generally, when we need to add on a syllable to go into the past with our verbs, that's going to be an e. But in some cases, with some quite common verbs, it's going to be an I sound, like in ithela, I wanted, ixera, I knew. And also with these verbs that just become like one syllable in their closed form, like ipa, I said, ida, I saw.